In this video, I'll be replacing the battery in this first generation SeaDoo Spark. It can be done with only a few tools and without separating the hull. The Spark takes a YTX20L-BS battery. I'll include a link in the description below for this AGM battery on Amazon. I was happy to find that it came pre-charged, showing just under 13 volts straight out of the box. It does come with replacement bolts and retaining nuts. However, the bolts included with mine weren't quite long enough to thread onto the retaining nuts when threaded through the cable terminals, but I still was able to make it work with the old bolts from the previous battery. The tools you'll need to swap out the battery are a Phillips head screwdriver, a 7mm socket and driver, and optionally some sort of long pliers or pry tool to assist with the battery strap. Let's get started by removing the access cover on the port side of the boat. The battery is located right below this access hole. Using the Phillips screwdriver, remove the negative battery cable first and tuck the cable out of the way so that it can't touch the negative terminal on the battery. Now slide the red terminal protector back and remove the positive cable. If your battery has the standard retaining nuts, like the battery I will be installing, reinstall the bolts to prevent losing the retaining nuts during the battery removal. Now it's time to remove the retaining strap. This can be done by hand or with the assistance of a tool. The metal loop at the end of the strap will need to go down and towards the battery to come off the plastic hook beside the battery. Now that the battery is completely disconnected, it's time to lift it out. Unfortunately, in the Spark, it's an extremely tight clearance to remove it. I found that it was helpful to loosen the starter solenoid first to prevent damaging the wire bundle going into it. This can be done by using the 7mm socket and driver. First, remove the bolt on the front side, then loosen the bolt on the back side. The back bolt doesn't have to be completely removed, just enough for the solenoid to pivot out of the way. Now the battery can be lifted out. It may take a minute or two to rotate the battery until it can fit through the access hole. I understand BRP wanting to keep the access hole as small as possible, but its small size makes removing and reinstalling the battery extremely difficult. Now that the old battery is out, it's time to install the new one. Just like removing it, you may have to rotate the battery to find the optimal orientation to get it to fit through the access hole. After sliding it in and getting it set inside the foam holder, secure the retaining strap. This is probably the most difficult part. I found holding the strap in my right hand with a metal loop between my index finger and thumb to work the best for me. Then stretch the band tight and push the metal loop as far down as it will go. Have it slightly rotated to the right so that once you have it in between the hook and the battery, you can rotate it into the hook. If you have any other suggestions of easier ways to attach the retaining strap, please let me know in the comments section below. Now that the battery is secured, attach the positive cable to the battery by first inserting the retaining nut, then threading the bolt through the terminal. Like I mentioned earlier, this battery came with hardware, but the included bolts weren't quite long enough to reach the retaining nut after threading it through the cable terminal. So here I'm reusing the slightly longer bolts from the old battery. After attaching the positive cable, you can attach the negative cable. It is normal for a small arc to jump between the battery and cable when you first touch them together when connecting a new battery. After securing the negative terminal, re-secure the starter solenoid if you had to loosen it to get the old battery out. Use the 7mm socket and driver to tighten the back screw and to reinstall the front screw. It's also a good time to check and make sure the cables going to the starter solenoid are tight. If you do need to tighten them, it's a 10mm nut, and it may require a bit of downward force to slide the socket onto the nut inside the rubber protective boot. If you do have to tighten the nut, it may also be necessary to add a little more dielectric grease to prevent water corrosion on that connection. This grease is also great to dab on the battery terminals after making the connection to the battery for additional corrosion protection. The last step is to reinstall the access panel and test to make sure the new battery will crank the engine. I hope this video helped you. If it did, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And check out my SeaDoo playlist for all my other SeaDoo videos. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments section below.